The second biggest priority of the offseason is done. Gabe Jackson signed a 5-year, $56 million deal with $26 million guaranteed and averages to around $11.2 million per season. This is a deal that had to get done. After signing big-name free agent offensive linemen recently, the Raiders finally reward one of their own. Last year, the Raiders signed Kelechi Osemele to the biggest deal ever for a guard. Jackson's deal places him third in the rankings behind Osemele and Kevin Zeitler of the Browns. The duo of Osemele and Jackson are easily the highest paid pair of guards, and they have earned it. They were the only guard duo in the NFL to not allow a single sack. This, along with center Rodney Hudson, the Raiders have a lot of money in the interior offensive line. I believe that the second most important position group after the quarterback is the offensive line, and McKenzie feels the same way. Offensive line play isn't sexy, but it's very important. Quarterbacks can't throw if they're getting hit, and receivers won't be able to get the ball. Running backs will have no holes to run through. There's a reason the Raiders had the 6th best offense last year, and the offensive line was a big reason. Do you think people know about Jackson, Osemele, and Hudson outside of the big contracts? I doubt it. And sometimes, that's the best thing for an offensive line, is to not have their name called. There aren't many highlights for offensive linemen, but they're vital to a team's success. Now, let's go over the salary cap repercussions. Remember, the Raiders had roughly $34 million in cap space when they ended minicamp. Then, there's a massive extension for Derek Carr. The cap hit for Carr is expected to be around $15 million, leaving $19 million in cap space. The cap hit for Jackson isn't known yet, but I'm going to assume it's the same as his average annual salary of $11 million. That leaves just $8 million in cap space. Keep in mind, when Derek Carr signed his extension, this is what he wanted. He wanted to leave room for the Raiders to sign their own key players. This was a deal that got done a lot easier thanks to Derek Carr. Don't forget, the Raiders still have to sign their first 3 draft picks. By the estimates from 24/7 Sports, the total of their deals should be around $4 million. That leaves just $4 million left. Remember that $34 million we had heading into free agency? Well, we didn't sign any big-name free agents, and this is why. We need to save that money to re-sign our own. That's the right thing to do, and that's the best way to build a team. In other news, Zach Orr looks to be making a comeback after doctors said he shouldn't play. He came off an all-pro season and is only 25 years old. After getting multiple opinions, he wants to play and will be an unrestricted free agent. I don't know his medical, and the Ravens medical staff is highly trusted. There are multiple teams who have reached out to him, but the Raiders weren't one of them according to the Las Vegas Review-Journal. A player this talented is rarely available this late in free agency, and the Raiders have a huge need at middle linebacker. Ultimately, I predict he'll come back in the league with some team, but not the Raiders. The Raiders simply don't have the cap available for a player like him unless he wants to sign a prove-it deal. In fun news, Marshawn Lynch looks to be getting in shape on the beach. There's a crazy video of him working out on the beach, and it looks hard and tough. We heard Lynch is in great shape, and this video shows nothing otherwise. He's passionate about playing for his hometown team and looks well prepared for training camp.